Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our last hour of Misscliks D&D Devotion. You are at the Oasis, and it's very oasis-y. But it's the next morning, and I think you're all ready to go. Guy pops up on the back of Rhonda's horse, because there's no other place for him to ride. And you set out for, as Ransom called it, the northeast.
What'd I tell you? Nothing to this. We just picked up some easy magical items off the ground. Or as from a tree, as it were.
So let's all take a look at the map. You guys are out here in the middle of the desert, somewhere over here. And it's a pretty easy thing to just make your way north. And then fairly soon you find yourself rounding the tip of this mountain, and you see this great river extending all the way from the mountain off to the distance. You know that there is a human town to the north of this, and you know just across the river is an elven town. The elven town is called Thaden Laud, and the human town, the elves would know its name is Yatel. In fact, only the elves would know the names of either of these buildings, towns. But here you are, approaching the river, and it's time to make your decision. Where will you go? Cross the river to the elven town, or down the river to the human town?
Well, pretty easy decision, am I right? Kind of glance over at Tess.
Easy decision indeed.
Right. You make your way.
Kellen, in the meantime, is kind of like, has already filled up the first, 10 pages of this book, joking around with Olivia and being like, Olivia is so pretty. And then it writes it, and then he shows it to her, and she's like, ha ha ha. And then he's like,
Yeah.
Olivia is my love, and she has a hot bum. Yeah. And then it shows it to her. So
I
he's
like
just
that
been
line about hot bum.
Yeah. So he's just totally goofing off with this and just wasting page after page as they go.
That was so worth it, babe. This is our private little journal that we can talk to each other, but through the journal. It's really
Disgusting.
Cass, you were right. We shouldn't have gone into that book.
it's a great.
I told you, but you don't believe me sometimes. But I'm
too
glad
late
it.
to
I'm
go
glad
back
it's. I'm
now.
glad it's making good use for someone.
It's too late to go back now, or should I say, it's too late to go back now, and then it writes it on the book.
I believe I'm falling in love. Well, to be fair, Ransom, it is your fault for emptying the book in the first place.
How is that my
Emptied it,
fault?
They wouldn't be filling it with all this gibberish.
No, they would just fill it with more gibberish afterwards.
Don't
Maybe.
speak, I know just what you're saying, so please stop explaining. We don't care what you are saying, no.
I just giggle.
This is what we're doing on the way there, that's all.
Right. Well, eventually you make it to the walled town of Yatel. This is the last Akuban settlement to the east. Beyond this are just the Elven lands and the free lands as well. The doors on the gate are currently closed, and looking down at you from up high are the guards there. Now, you guys haven't eaten all day, because you won't let anyone eat the poor goats who are struggling to keep up with you. So
The poor goats, why poor goats? They've been eating.
yeah, but the poor goats have been having to keep up with people on horseback all day through the desert. You know, they're tired little goats.
But
Hooves
they're
hurt.
okay.
Yeah.
Their hooves wouldn't hurt if they were in my belly. Well, I wouldn't eat the hooves.
Ew. So we get into town, right?
No, the guards are looking down at you with the gates closed. Their arms are crossed, and they're just looking at you. They haven't said anything at all.
Hey there, we're looking to eat some food.
And what make you think we want elf in our town?
Because we have money. And
How much money are we talking?
Well, enough to buy food.
And a place to stay at.
Why am I concerned about these?
Because there's also, I do some quick thinking about the cost of living of the general wage of a guard.
Not very good. I can give you a precise answer in like 45 seconds. A very precisely worked out answer.
Fantastic. Neil's prepared for many days to give us this answer right now from a spreadsheet.
You laugh, but
No, I
this
actually
spreadsheet
have
is
a lot
amazing.
of I have a lot of interest in the way D&D economics work as well.
Okay, let's organize by class. Yeah, here we go. A typical town guard would be a militia or a light footman. So if they're militia, they're making about 1 silver piece a day. If they're a light footman, they're making about 3 silver a day. If they're a heavy footman, they're making 6 silver a day.
I look at their armor. Is it heavy or light? Or
Definitely
nothing?
light.
Well, I have some good news for you. Between the two of you, I think we can part with 1 gold. 5 silver apiece.
That's like a day and a half's wages for them. A little more. They lean back, shake their heads, and say, You think you can bribe a Cuban guards with chump change?
It's not even a bribe. I just assumed that we would go in normally, but this is just to expedite the process.
They seem insulted that you've offered to bribe them with so little money.
What, do you usually turn away all visitors to your fair city?
Visitors who might be foreign spies? Yes. Yes, it is customary to turn away foreign spies.
Why do you think they're foreign spies?
Because
Look
of
at
the
this
length
one.
of their ears.
Look at this one, I say as I reach over and kind of cast his shoulder. She's too cute to be a spy.
They're not
Or make
spies.
like
They're...
a cute face.
Well, you should know them. Actually, they're pretty famous. They're musicians. It's Guess and Kellen. Haven't you heard of them?
They shake their heads. No, I have never heard of a Kess nor a Kellen. Are these
We're
people
musicians.
I should be aware of?
Well, we tour around the world.
As traveling
Hey,
musicians-
what's your name?
My name is Jacques.
Jacques. He was a good friend to me. He let me go inside and eat. Jacques. We like to see every
City.
kitty in the streets with Jacques. Back to me. I just start singing. I start rocking out to a song that I'm making up about him in an effort to get him excited about our presence.
You can see the 2 guards are clearly bemused by this, and they're kind of having like a good time with the song that you're making up. They're still a little pissed that Trump tried to bribe them with so little money. Like, it's kind of insulting.
Hey, listen, man, that's just our bodyguard. Sorry about that, but we respect you and we just think you're doing a great job at your job right now, and we hope you'll just let us come on in.
We're just really hungry. And look at our poor goats. They look so exhausted. They really need a place to stay at and
Yes. Why do you have goats? 2 goats.
Well, you see, I was going to suggest eating them, but these people have grown attached to them.
Well, they're nice little goats. Look at them. Look at Nielsen, the female goat, and Maurice, the male goat. Someday they're gonna make us a bunch of little goat babies. What do you actually think that spies would carry little goats with them?
And while you're at it, I have no idea why you think that this bribe is insulting. Not that it is a bribe.
You just see their faces go cross again. And they firmly shake their heads and cross their arms.
Just ignore
No.
this guy.
This man is rude. We want nothing to do with him in our fair town. And
Fine,
you,
fine. From my experience, rudeness can be bought by more money. Why don't I raise it to 5
Oh
gold?
God.
2.5 gold apiece.
They exchange glances. It's unclear whether these are like glances of consideration or like glances of shared indignation. Does anyone have anything else to say, or are we leaving it up to this
You really should ignore this guy. He's really bad at just people in general. You know, he just says.
To my
bad
knowledge,
things.
I'm basically bribing him the equivalent of, let's see, if it's a day's wages and someone in this day and age would make like $50 a day, that's like $100-ish, like $75.
Let's see. So they're making like $30 a day, basically. So you offer them $250 and they're normally making like 30 a day, that's a pretty good, that right there's nice. The original, like 102. How much did you offer?
The original was a day and a half bribe, like you said.
Yeah. The
If
original.
they get one of those every day, they're like doubling their wage. They're tripling their wage nearly.
Right. So they share some indignation, and then come down to the door. The first one, Jacques, comes down to the door, opens like a little hatch in the front of it, and leans over and says, "You come closer," pointing to Kellen.
I go over there.
What is that on your lapel? Show me. I see from up top.
On my lapel?
Yes, your lapel pin. Show me. You
Am
have
I
a lapel
forgetting
pin.
something I had?
Yeah, you are.
Is it the
I'm looking at
GSL
my
lapel?
character sheet.
It's your GSL lapel pin.
Oh, that. See, this is. Remember when my character sheet didn't save?
Oh, is that? Well, Kess also has a GSL lapel pin, but she's sitting on Ransom's horse, so he doesn't want that horse any closer to him.
Oh yeah, this old thing. It just a little something I picked up. What do you think? Do you notice? Do you recognize it?
He nods slowly. That is only given out in Sandashar by the king. Whose body did you take that off of?
No one's body. The king and I are just buds. He loves my music. He's a fan.
I've got one too. I shout from way behind.
No, you don't have one. It's Cass that has one.
I'm sorry.
I think
Please
he gave one
excuse
to all
our
four of
friend.
us.
He's just a little bit off,
He waves you all forward. Show me pins. Show me pins.
Yeah, we should.
I'd probably show him the pin that I have.
He begrudgingly opens the door. It looks like he's really unhappy about this.
Oh, actually, I do have a pin too. You're
Yeah,
right.
you
We
all have
one.
pins.
Nice.
I appreciate it, and I kind of bow to him.
If kings
And
say you are not spies, you are not spies. This is as far as I am concerned. But-
It's a shame that you didn't take my offer when I raised it to the top, but I'm not without pity for your pittance of a wage. Here, I tossed 2 silver at him.
He catches the silver and just looks like you've just insulted him a third time. His hand starts to go to his weapon, and when his buddy grabs him and just gives him a bit of a shake, and Kellen, you can hear him saying in a Kuban, man, this guy's not worth it. He's just an asshole. Let him go. They nod to each other and let you walk
I agree.
in.
And Akubin, yeah, dude. Pardon me. He is quite an asshole.
I whispered back to Cass, look at these people. I'm giving them free money, and they're not appreciative of it.
Ransom, that's not how we do things in the world. I
All
just
right.
shake my head. I love you, but sometimes.
I would be overjoyed if someone gave me free money. I don't understand.
It's the way you gave it to them. You don't want to bribe somebody from what they do for a living. They take that seriously.
Their job is to let people who are good people into the city.
But they don't know us. They're just being careful.
look at these guards. They don't appreciate you elves. I can't
Yes,
respect
I
people like
know.
that.
I know. They're not exactly the best either.
You make your way into the town. It's fairly small in terms of like area. It's not a very large town, but it's fairly densely packed. The buildings are all 2, maybe 3 stories. They're made out of mud brick, most of them. Some of them are made out of real brick. There are no buildings here made out of wood that you can see anywhere. The streets are paved with, it looks like, more mud brick stones that look like they get replaced fairly frequently. Some of them are pretty badly damaged. There's long wagon ruts that go through the town. And shortly thereafter, you find yourself in the town square. And there is a large board pinned up on one side of town with quite a few things scrawled on it and a small crowd gathered around it, murmuring amongst themselves.
I bet that's where they post the cool concerts that are going on. We should go write ourselves on there. Let's go check it out.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll go look.
You guys can push your way to the front of the crowd where there is a message board.
Cass, make
What's
sure
on
to
it?
tell me what's on it. I look for the pictures.
There are
Oh, you
no
can't read?
pictures. Actually, there's a
I've-
couple of small pictures impressed into wax.
I read the message board.
It's in Roll20.
Oh, wait.
There are many things posted on the message board.
So it's like a request for help.
Man, even someone who can read couldn't read this.
Ooh, to find the prince.
For his remains.
How do we see the ones that are behind? Or is there any writing behind them?
They are behind them.
Ew,
If you want to rip
what?
that off, I can just read them to you.
Okay, hold on.
Do you see what it says? It says that Koibu's chorus is being commissioned to write a highest honor song. They'll be
What?
played across the kingdom.
Excuse me, why aren't we the ones singing that?
It's because we decided to walk on land instead of take a boat.
What if it's that guy that we met, the weird wizard that went to see Koibu's chorus? Not the wizard, the demon, whatever. The strong, lawful, evil fiend, demon, devil, non-human, polite, and cordial guy.
Look, looking at this, I think it's clear what we have to do. Because it would make us look like little baby pea pantses if we went to this governor Assam and we're like, hey, you should have us do the song instead of Koibu's chorus, because he'd be like, why? I already hired them. And then it'd make us look bad. But if instead we found the Shunin, the crown prince of Akuba, and then we came back and then we were like, oh, actually, we'd just like to write our own song and have that played across the kingdom, then that would be like sick. And then it'd be like an even better story and people would love it.
That's true. I think we should go find him. What are these other messages? And I ripped the top piece off.
Okay. The upper left one says, my dog has gone missing. Please help me find him. Life's just not the same without poor old Rex boy. I can offer you 500 copper pieces for a safe return. Please, I miss my dog. Signed, Lorish Taylor on Bridge Street. The upper right one says, Yatel is looking for new guards. Monsters keep coming out of the desert, and we need to be ready to defeat them. If you have skills at arms, we can start you at a higher wage. Find me in my office. Signed, Captain Yona. The lower left says, looking for new bouncers for my bar, the Red Belly. Must be able to deal with rowdy customers. Must not drink on the job. Must have a good reference. Must be at least 6 feet tall. 30 copper a day, plus bonuses for breaking up big fights. Signed by Jack. And on the bottom right, it says, looking for an elf to deliver a message to a distributor in Feywild. 20 GP for safe delivery. Must be ready to go now. Signed, Jenna the Jeweler.
Kellen's like, yeah, okay, whatever. But like immortalization in song, beating Koibu's chorus. I think it's pretty clear what we need to do.
How do you want to go
Right.
about that?
We should go see this Assam fellow, apparently.
All right, let's go for that.
All right. Assam is the governor here. He lives in Yatel, in the palace at the center of town. It's not a difficult thing to go and find him, to find out where he lives, or to get up to the guards and let them know that you're here for the message in town. They quickly grant you an audience with Governor Assam.
As I passed by, I kind of mentioned to one of the guards, by the way, did you know that the guards at the front almost turned away the people who would have taken on this quest?
They blink at
What's
you
up
a few
with that?
times. Did you get turned away?
No, but I had to offer them money at first.
You tried to bribe your way into the city. The guards stopped your entrance.
Right, but fortunately, they decided not to take my bribe.
So you're complaining that the guards did their job well by not taking your bribe.
No, they would have, but then they saw our pins, you see, and I flashed my GSL lapel.
The guards, unsure of what to make of this, bar you entrance to Governor Assam's palace. Where are you staying? We will conduct an appropriate background check and get in touch with you.
Oh, I just got here.
We're gonna be staying at the
Don't
inn.
mind me. I'll be...
Yeah, don't mind him.
Right.
Kellen is massaging his temples, and he walks up and he's like, I'm really sorry. This is our very slow friend Ransom, who we're trying to take care of, and trying to introduce him to polite society. It's just taking a really long time. And so please don't judge us all by his rudeness. I'm saying this, actually, I switch as I'm saying this to a Cuban. I'm sorry, he is quite rude, and I hope you will, of course, excuse the rest of the party for his brash behavior. We find it quite appalling, but as you know, must care for those less fortunate than us, even in the most uncomfortable of circumstances.
They nod and say back in Cuban, it is good that you care for silly man, but it is not so much his rudeness as his admittance to high crimes. Low, medium crimes that bothers us. How could we possibly let in a man who has admitted to breaking the law already this day to see the governor? Especially a man so heavily armed.
Do you think he has any idea what he's talking about? Look at him.
Okay, but we must take all your weapons and put them in safe storage if you are going to see governor.
Certainly. I hand over my weapons and I motion for my friends to do the same.
He repeats in common, you'll have to hand over your weapons now.
Okay. And we hand over weapons.
Okay.
I hand over 2 silver pieces with it. Hopefully you appreciate this more.
No!
I say to Kess, will you please control him? Oh my gosh.
Before Ransom does it, I catch what he's
there's
going
no
to do.
before Ransom does it. He's done it. If you want to interrupt him from doing something, you can talk over him to interrupt him, but you can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. I think you accidentally put something in there. Here, take those, and I grab them back.
I was just rewarding these people for good service.
They're
What?
not. You don't reward gods.
What kind of culture is this? I say in common.
You don't give them anything extra.
You would deny me from handing these good men some money?
You're going to get yourself thrown in jail in a minute.
For tipping somebody.
No, you don't tip a god. This isn't a restaurant. You don't tip them.
I don't understand.
They are here to do their own job. You don't tip them.
I turn to the guards, just to let you know you guys are doing a splendid job. Apparently, you don't want my money. That's fine. I put it back.
It would be a form of corruption to accept a tip from someone I am supposed to be looking out for.
Well, that's extremely unfortunate. Think of all the extra money you could make.
Yes,
I say
yes,
as I
and
go
think
on
of the
in.
way the kingdom could fall into ruin once our guards start taking bribes or tips from people with nefarious purposes. You must look at the greater picture, stupid man. And they let you in. You are taken to a nice, cozy reclining area where soft and foreign music is being played in the background. There we go.
Ransom, I think from now on, just hear me out.
I've got it. I will never tip anyone again. Fine.
Why don't you just ask me first? Let me know if you are not sure. That way we don't run into some
I
of these
was
problems.
absolutely certain that people like money, and I gave them money.
Yes, but you understand what he meant, right? Gods?
Yes,
Like,
yes, it
they
makes sense
protect
now.
Government officials. Okay.
It must be the strange culture
Okay.
here.
Yes, it's a strange culture. Government anyway.
Yeah. So you sit in this nice waiting room. There's grapes. There's pitchers of wine. There's a collection of already like made up sandwiches for you with some nice large meats on them.
Food.
Meats.
Large
He
meats
loves
this time
meats.
though.
No small meat.
I'll settle.
No, just like big slices of turkey and ham.
Go ahead and dig in.
All right. A few minutes later, into this delicately decorated room with large draping cloths, steps a well-armored individual. He's quite tall. He's got a full plate on with a hooded helmet, and the visor is down, and a nice long sword at his side. He stands in for about 4 seconds before, through the curtains, comes the only person that could be Governor Assam. A little bit shorter, maybe like 5'6", but he's got rich clothes on, and you can like smell the perfume rolling off of him. It smells like apples and cinnamon. He's got some makeup on to kind of bring out the colors in his face a little bit more, and some eyeliner and some kind of like not decorated, but like shaped eyebrows that give like spikes of eyebrows going up in different directions.
Very on trend.
His nails are painted, and you can notice there's some markings on the back of his hands. Maybe it's like henna markings, or maybe they're tattoos or something. But there are lots of like intricate patterns across his hands. The rest of him is covered head to toe. He's also...
I whispered to Kess, he looks very, very well dressed like a woman. Should I compliment him?
No, I think you better leave it.
He's wearing red socks with gold sandals.
I bow respectfully. And is Akuban the language of this place? Like, okay.
Definitely.
I say respectfully in Akuban, illustrious Governor Assam, it is our pleasure.
He gives you a polite bow back and speaks in fluent Elven. Good afternoon, my esteemed traveler. My guards
Oh,
tell me that
wow.
you are here in order to find our lost prince.
I smile at this, and I also say good evening in Elvish, and then I bow.
I kind of like, flip my hair back to make sure that my GSL pin is showing. And when he says that we, should we rescue the prince? And I'm like, it would be our pleasure to do that in your service.
He nods politely.
Is there anything
It's in
you
the
could...
Cuban, right?
This is
No,
all in
Elvish.
Elven. Yeah.
In Elven. Okay, so I'm getting 3/5 of what they're saying.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't we bump it up to 4/5 now? You've been traveling with elves for a long time. Your Elven's getting pretty good.
True. All right, cool.
The sign said that we should check with you for details, and also mentioned, songwriting, which of course as GSL approved musicians, of course, that's something that's really important to us. We think that's really cool that you guys value that so much and like would use that as motivation. So like it just really touched us, as did the story of your missing prince. And so we just were so moved and thought we'd come here because the sign said to ask you for details.
He nods solemnly. Our dear prince, he says, switching back into common for the humans around here, was aboard a ship. Terran's Wrath. That went missing in the Sarin Strait.
Kellen opens his book, is like, Terran's Wrath. And it writes it down.
Okay. It is jotted down.
Terran's
Do we
Wrath.
know, do they show us a picture of the boat or anything like that?
No.
What was the name of the strait where it went missing?
Sarin Strait.
Is that about when we have the hallucination? Where?
That's what I'm wondering.
Mm-hmm. Sarin Strait, if you look at the map in roll 20, yeah, you're all seeing it, is this strait right here. This section is the Sarin Strait.
That's a large area.
Yes.
Do we have any idea of a more precise location in that strait?
He shakes his head. Unfortunately, no. A storm blew in a few days ago. The ship was in it and never came out.
What's that island called?
That is Osca Island. It is most uninhabited. Once,
Can you tell
a
me-
long time ago, it was a place with much purpose and civilization. Nowadays, it lies abandoned.
Can you tell me who was traveling on that ship and how long ago it was?
The only person of worth on that ship was the Crown Prince of Akuba, Shunin.
And how long ago was this?
The ship went missing 4 days ago. Five days ago.
My liege, we have traveling with us one of the most talented magic users I've ever met. And she's capable of tracking people by finding objects that they carry on their person. Is there anything you know that the prince would never have parted with that she might be able to look for magically that you could describe in great detail to her?
He folds his arms, thinks for a moment, and says, I shall gather all those who have seen him last and put this question to them. I will relay the answer to you at your place of refuge. Where are you staying?
I look at Cass.
I see the inn in Elvish with like this intonation. The inn.
We have yet to secure accommodations.
Nonsense. If you are going after Prince, you will stay here with me.
That's very kind of you, sir.
My face, like I was like really like neutral, and then my face was like like a mix of creepy and really happy, and like don't show it too much.
And you find the reward to be satisfactory? A song made by one of the greatest performing artists of our time, the beloved Quabu's Chorus, praised by all people as masters of song and craft.
Oh, you see, that's the
Unless-
one thing that.
Unless, if we adventure and find your beloved prince, and you want us to tell the tale of our adventure doing that.
We do flatter ourselves that as GSL approved musicians, we do have some measure of skill and renown ourselves.
He nods. You only those that wear the badge are all those that wear the badge are clearly superior musicians. However, do you not think it what's the term? Gaudy to create a song about yourself?
Well, I put some thought into this, and I was just thinking, like, maybe since we have the experience of going after the prince, and we're gonna experience that all together, and like we'll know it the best, and we know how to do songwriting, since this will be sung all over. What if we were to just kind of ghostwrite this for Koibu's Chorus, and then you could just have Koibu's Chorus perform this song about us, assuming that we find the prince and come back, and then you could, like you said, it wouldn't be gaudy because they would be telling our tale, but we could write it for them.
I have ethical problems with asking musicians to perform music that they did not write themselves under their own name. That would have to be a song by you, performed by Koibu's Chorus. I could not properly attribute their name to your work.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. Of course. Yeah, that's what I meant.
It is satisfactory then. I will have them perform it here in the halls and spread the music as far as we can.
I actually love this. This is a great idea.
I would love to have some of our work be performed by the great Koibu's Chorus and attributed, of course, to us.
Cool.
That is one of the most exciting things I've come across in quite a while.
Thank you so much. Your judgment is great, my queen.
Governor.
Governor.
I'm a
It
king,
seems your
governor.
friend might be taken ill with desert fever, he says,
He has
clearly
been
making up something that
so
doesn't
ill.
exist.
Exactly. He has been very ill, actually.
So ill.
So
Perhaps you should all take a rest.
yeah.
Yes.
When you have made your plans, enlighten me upon them. Let me know when you will set off. I will see that you are prepared for the journey.
And you will bring us any information that you can find about what the prince might have had.
He nods.
I'm so
Slowly.
confused what my accent is right now. I'm in like 3 different languages.
Yeah, I think that conversations in multiple languages is confusing.
I'm speaking in some sort of weird like a Kublin, which is like a Cuban and common mixed together.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
So the prince in a relationship with the governor, is it like, are they related or is it just like a...
No, the governor and the prince are not blood related. At least their positions, like the governor and the prince, do not necessarily have positions that are blood related. The governor could be a cousin or an uncle or a nephew or whatever,
Okay.
but it's not necessarily implied.
Yeah. Governor, before we leave, do you happen to know someone who was close enough to the prince to tell me more about him so that I can locate him better? Like his personality, how he would act.
He takes you down the hall and shows you guys to a picture of the prince. Not like a photo, but like a painting of him.
So now we know what he looks like.
Yes.
Does anybody know him pretty well? Like his behavior?
The prince was is a soft man. He is not accustomed to the ways of war or danger.
Okay.
He is most definitely a gentle figure.
Ah, much like yourself.
Would you say that the prince is more of the type to follow the rules or act on impulse? Or somewhere in between?
He thinks to himself, The prince is one to not let the rules get in the way of his decisions. He is a self-starter. But he is very firm when it comes to the rules in his favor, he says, trying to awkwardly phrase maybe not the most flattering thing about this guy.
Okay. I need to go look back at neutral and chaotic alignment.
Excellent.
And would you say he's like really into helping people and being a generous person, or is he all about like collecting wealth for the kingdom, or
The prince is a most generous soul. He is a good man through and through.
Good man. All right. Okay, that helps me for sure. Like, we're gonna be able to read what we would think he would do more easily. I think that will help me find him as well. Thanks for this information. So we're just missing the information about what he was carrying, if that's
Right. The governor. Actually, we don't. The governor asks you, as GSL performers, if you would not mind playing at dinner this night. And
Oh my gosh, that would be such an honor. We would love to. And, you know, hopefully it can put your mind at ease as to what kind of songwriters we are, you know?
Gods. You have as much time before dinner to prepare as you need. I would greatly enjoy hearing one of your favorite pieces and one of your more recent creations, as I understand artists frequently change their flavor.
Yeah, totally.
So you guys have some time. There's going to be dinner later that night. You have some time to chat amongst yourselves before we have to play, or you can just go and do a performance piece and we can call it a day.
Kellen flips through his book to see what he may have to perform.
While they're thinking about that stuff, I'll just stare at the painting for anything interesting, looking for an object that the prince might be wearing.
Yeah, so in this painting, he's wearing a lot of jewelry. He's got like earrings on, and he's got a necklace, and he's got like a prince's crown and a Cuban prince's crown on. He's wearing these like flowing, beautiful sleeved robes. Each of his fingers has a ring on it, maybe two on some fingers. He's just like decked out to the nines. Lots of like heavy draping fabric all over the place.
All right,
Yeah.
let's perform.
Right.
yes.
What are you?
I was gonna say I will suggest that I do live painting action in the background.
Yeah, I think
Been a
that's
while.
great.
All right.
I think we should
Before the-
perform Pound the Table, Sing the Song, because it's like a crowd pleaser. It's like, you know, upbeat. And then I wrote this new one after, you know, like some of the stuff that's happened recently. And it's like more of like a ballad, like a slow song. I think maybe we should finish with that. What do you think?
I think it sounds good. I want you to play what would make you feel the best tonight, Kellen.
That's so nice. You can just like follow along. Are you cool with that?
Got it.
Cool.
All right. So, for all of us who have forgotten because it's been so long, how does Pound the Table, Sing the Song go?
It's basically just pound the table, sing the song. Pound the table, sing the song. Pound the table, sing the song.
All right. All right. Do you have any flares to add to this, or are you just like doing a straight rendition?
We do like our typical we start on the stage, then we jump down and we get all the tables going, and then we do like this side of the room, now this side of the room, and like I can't hear you, like all that stupid stuff. Get them really into it, you know.
All right. Would you please make me performance checks?
That's just charisma, right?
Yes.
Ooh, Kellen's on fire tonight.
Ooh, he's on fire.
Wow. Kellen and Cass are in
That's my
top
best.
form.
That's my best piece of art.
Kess and Kellen kill it with Pound the Table, Sing the Song. You got all these Akuban lords kind of like getting up and jumping around, and it's a huge mess. Like everyone pounds the table, and they're like delicate glasses of wine all go tipping and spilling. There's a few broken ones. The servants are running around trying to pour people new glasses and make sure things are stable. The song ends with some like raucous laughter, and no one even pays attention to Olivia's painting. Like she's got a little corner where she set this thing up, and everyone's looking at Kess and Kellen, and you feel Olivia, like everyone's got their back to you while they're watching the real performers, and you're just like over in the corner doing your thing, and no one even gives a shit. You're completely overlooked.
I waved you. Doing great, babe.
One of the star performers takes a moment out of their time to acknowledge you and then goes right back to what they're doing.
I move my painting for the next song.
Where do you move it?
In another angle. I'm like, maybe that was just an angle. Like,
this space is just bad.
Yeah, this is bad juju. I need to try another angle.
Sure. You move over to another part of the room, and you guys have a second song, which we're gonna hear for the very first time.
Kellen like pulls up a stool, you know, and he's like, "We've had a lot of fun here tonight, but you know, it's important to take the time to acknowledge those people who, you know, maybe you didn't notice them until it was too late. Maybe they've been there all along, but they're just, you know, they're there for you. It's important to just like to take time to notice those people and to be thankful, you know. And so like I want to break it down here for you a little bit with this new one called You're Always There. And I play like a few notes on my lute and look at Cass like, you got this with your ocarina. And I'm like, you get me when everyone else forgets me. I know you'll be around. I'm learning, even when my soul is burning. I can count on you to care. You're always there. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Thank you for letting me bare my heart to you.
Give me a charisma performance check thingy. Oh my god, frickin' on a roll.
Kellen is so on tonight.
All right. Thank God Cassage was just doing the background music on this one.
I'm doing paintings, by the way, guys, as we were doing these.
How was that painting?
Terrible.
That was even worse.
Leave me alone. They're beautiful, okay? You didn't even see them yet. So I moved the painting for the third performance.
Well, we're only doing 2 performances tonight.
What?
Yeah.
But it was a triptych. I made 3 spots.
Oh. Maybe that's why you rolled so poorly on your checks, as you're making room for 3.
As they're leaving the stage, I make like one last painting.
Sure. There's the round of applause from everyone. You can see some like people wiping tears away. You're just furiously painting your own thing without any music.
As they're like packing up, I roll my 30 and I'm like, I shine at last.
Yeah. The Kuban lords are very pleased with your songs. And when you get back to your rooms, You find large plates of food, delicious succulent grapes that have already been peeled for you. Yeah, this is that fancy of a place. You've got peeled grapes.
Wow.
And
Ooh.
a couple of vases of wine. There are 3 rooms prepared because there were 3 sets of horses coming in, and kind of you guys roughly clumped into 3 groups, right? The Kess and Ransom, the Kellen and Olivia, and the leftover NPCs who get stuck together. So there's a bit of awkwardness as you guys are all like heading back to your rooms, where Guy and Rhonda have one room with one bed, and they're like eyeing each other awkwardly.
They'll figure it out. It's fine.
All right, everyone goes to bed.
Right, I'm sending you my triptych.
Oh, your third one?
My 3 paintings.
Okay. Where's it?
Are you gonna show them on stream?
Yeah. Where's it, Jen?
And you didn't say nobody reacted to my third one, which was at 30, even though it's after the music.
Yeah, because everyone's applauding, the musicians are leaving the stage, you're up at the stage painting, and everyone's like turning to watch the musicians walk away while giving them applause, and then a servant like comes up and shuffles your paintings and artwork off the stage. It doesn't even get noticed by anybody.
Aww.
Totally lost.
I go up to Jen, or I go up to Olivia, and I'm like, Olivia, that last painting was 10 out of 10.
Wait till you see them.
Wonder they were so terrible.
Show us.
I'm working on it.
I made them to feel like, the songs and the roles.
All right, man.
Are you gonna show it in roll 20?
Yeah, I'm showing it on. Ooh, this is too awkward. Yeah, I'll show it in roll 20. It's just gonna take me just to upload it to roll 20. I'm gonna do it differently.
It's beautiful paintings, okay?
Oh, is it
Olivia's
in Zoom? I
doing her
haven't seen it
best.
yet.
Oh, here we go.
How are you seeing it?
You saw it on stream.
Oh
maybe.
wow!
Yeah, I was looking at
Notice me. These are so beautiful, babe. You're so talented.
You see, I wrote one of your lyrics on the painting.
Yeah. I'm so glad that song touched you. Yeah.
Yeah, you got me with that.
Guy comes over as you guys are all like outside of your rooms and the awkwardness is going on, and like pats Olivia heavily on the shoulder and says, "Man, you're lucky to have someone sing a song for you like that. It's good."
What did you think of the song, Guy?
It was pretty. Yeah, it was touching. Definitely,
Yeah?
very, very touching. Yeah, I could like really understand the like when you're alone and you need someone to be there for you. Like I understood the pain behind it. Like
Yeah.
I don't have anyone there for me like that, like you do with Olivia here, but like I get it. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was maybe a little hard for me to hear. Reminded me.
I wouldn't
things I
say that
wasn't ready
you.
wasn't to think about.
I mean, I wouldn't say that you have no one. I'm there for you, and I mean, we are there for you, of course. Like whenever you need us. So.
Yeah.
And Brick and Neil, Sin.
Yeah.
Maureen.
Yeah. I mean.
And hey, look on the bright side, tonight you'll have Rhonda. I say in an upbeat tone.
No, I think I'm just gonna like sleep on a couch out in that foyer, forum, something like that. Yeah, she's like a lady, like Kelbell's niece. I'm a commoner. She's got a big sharp dagger that she's holding anytime I enter the room. I'm just gonna stay away, man. Unless like you don't mind me crashing with you tonight.
You wanna crash with us?
Yeah, you can crash with us, Guy.
You sure? Like, I wouldn't want to be in imposition. Like, I don't want to be like
No,
third wheel.
no, it wouldn't. I don't, Olivia. You don't think it'd be an imposition, right?
Nah, it's all
Not at
good.
all. Like we can all share a bed and stuff. It'd be
Yeah,
fine.
it's okay. I'll sleep between the two of you. It won't be weird.
I mean, it doesn't matter what order we sleep in at all. Like I can sleep in the middle if you want. Like that's fine.
Or maybe Guy can sleep in the middle. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, a guy could sleep in the middle. That's fine. Whatever.
Well,
We should probably just roll a d20 or something.
Yeah.
You can
what-
have
I
that.
mean, like we can switch off or whatever. Like
do
we
you
can
guys
play
move
log
around a
roll.
lot
You know,
when you
where you like
sleep?
where you like roll over, like log roll. You know.
Oh, you want to?
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It won't be weird. I don't
Nah.
sleep with a big dagger.
I mean, we're just like just not weird. You know, we just don't do.
Did you
weird
guys
like-
play log roll too?
Yeah, toes. We play log roll all
Oh
the
my
time.
god!
Even
Oh
if
my
it's
god!
just like
Bash
two
and
people.
I used to like go camping in his dad's backyard and like get in our sleeping bags and like log roll back and forth all night long. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it's so fun. We do that sometimes. Yeah. So.
Oh my god, do you guys have sleeping bags? Because you need your... Hold on, let me go get a blanket from Rhonda's room and like we'll totally do some log rollers.
Okay, sounds fun.
All right. You hear some clattering from the other room, followed by Rhonda shouting, "Guy, what the hell?" And then Guy comes running out with a sheet and like bolts into your room. And I think that's where we'll leave it for tonight. With a good song, a couple of good songs, and a new quest, and some other things that I'm sure we'll dive into in future sessions that we don't need to vocalize right now. So let's do our shout outs about everything, starting with Kess. Yes.
Hi, I'm V Parlofoy and everything. I will be streaming my normal schedule. I have a front page on Wednesday for a couple more weeks, so that's been fun, showcasing some fun Just Dance stuff on there. So we have it 5 to 7 tomorrow, and plan to see me in costume stuff. And other than that, just been streaming. We have a movie night tonight with my subs, so if you're a sub to my channel and you're here, don't forget movie night. Yay. Okay.
Next up is Olivia.
You can follow me at Live in Pink. You can follow us at Misscliks. And that's it.
Excellent. Ransom.
I'm looking forward to this Saturday night where you can tune in for more Dungeons and Dragons run by myself and Neil. By the way, this time around, the entire party will die for sure.
You should have seen Trump while we were talking about the previous session, like before it happened, and his like, "Oh, I'm gonna get them. It's gonna be so good. I'm gonna murder them all." Well, maybe this is a little bit too difficult. Let's just tone this down a little bit. Oh, I'm gonna kill them all so well. It was great. And then he got raffle stomped by the players. So we'll see about this Saturday. And last but not least, Kellen.
Please find me on the internet at Anna Prosser. I would especially love it if you'd hang out with me on Instagram because I've been working on being better about that. I know you kids like the Instagrams. There is no Twitch Weekly this week, but usually you can find me on twitch.tv/Twitch as well. And TwitchCon is coming up. So please watch and attend TwitchCon. And if you have questions about what you would like to watch there, just go to twitchcon.com/schedule and you can see everything I've been working on for the last few months, especially some live role playing, including 3 or 4 games of Dungeons and Dragons that will be going on. So if you like watching live Dungeons and Dragons, you can do it at TwitchCon.
I want to play.
All right, everybody. For me, you can find me on Heroes Graveyard on Saturday, or you can find me Saturday morning over at Shenanigans on my channel, twitch.tv/Koibu, or you can find me Sundays at twitch.tv/Koibu when we're doing Frozen Frontier, or kind of sporadically for Fatal One, which we had the first episode of last week and was amazing, and sporadically Dicing with Death, and sporadically Misscliks Risen, and so I'm around all over the place. And that's us for tonight. And forget anybody, and we'll see you next week for some more Misscliks D&D Devotion. Bye-bye.